time for Studio 17's Feel Good Friday, brought to you by our friends at McWilliams Walden. Every week we bring you inspiring stories from right here in our community, stories of kindness, resilience, and the people who are making a real difference. We're here to remind you that no matter what, there is always something good to celebrate. September is Alopecia Awareness Month, and two local moms are turning their families' journeys into hope and advocacy. We have Karla and Catie joining us to share their stories and details about the upcoming Walk for Alopecia in Bakersfield. Hi, ladies.
Hi.
Great to have you both.
Thank you.
Okay, so for our viewers who may be a little less familiar, because I had to even ask you about the acronym and how to say it correctly, tell us a little about NAAF and its mission.
So NAAF is the National Alopecia Areata Foundation, and its sole purpose is to help those that have alopecia. Alopecia is an autoimmune disease where your immune system attacks healthy hair follicles, causing hair to fall out.
Oh, wow.
And so NAAF is there to support those that live with this condition. Surprisingly enough, there's actually 7 million people in the US that have alopecia. So there's a need for that support.
Yeah, that's why you have to talk about it, right? Because people don't realize that there's a whole bunch of people who are dealing with the same condition that they are.
Absolutely, and NAAF is actually how Catie and I got connected. NAAF is great. They provide resources, they provide educational materials, they provide information on where to find a local doctor to if you're going the treatment route. They just provide so much, but most importantly, they provide community. Yeah. Because that is how I met Catie and got our little ones to meet each other, to meet someone who is just like them.
Yeah, that shares the same, the thing they're dealing with day in and day out. That sense of community can be so helpful, especially for kids, to know that there's other people that are just like them.
Absolutely.
Exactly, especially right now with the back to school, entering new schools, entering new grades, meeting new friends. Yeah. It's definitely a challenging time. But through community, we can get through anything.
So let's talk a little bit about your kiddo stories.
Yes, I would love to. So I have a 6-year-old. His name is Pablo. He was diagnosed as a baby, so it started off as a patch. And so I didn't think anything of it. He was able to get about 2 haircuts before all of his hair fell out. So then it became patchy, and it became very stubborn. And I was confused, worried, stressed, what's happening? And so I started doing research, and I found NAAF, and NAAF was able to provide me resources on doctors who serve littles with alopecia, and just information. As a mom, you just want to know that you are doing the best that you can for your little one.
How about your child?
Yeah, so I have a 4-year-old girl named Grace, and she also started losing hair when she was actually about 6 months old. And then she was officially diagnosed when she was 1. And yeah, similarly, just reaching out and finding NAAF and being able to be connected to other resources, doctors here locally, and we went down south. But really just ways to communicate with her and educate her, and how she can educate other kids that might ask questions why she doesn't have hair. Thankfully we're surrounded by loving family and friends who support her and build her up. But it's she's so sweet, and it doesn't hold her back.
I love that they're learning it so young to kind of to inform their other students, and they go to class with them that this is what this is. I have this, a lot of other people have this, because I think kids are curious, and once you stem that curiosity, it doesn't make it this questionable thing for them anymore, and they're like, oh yeah, that's totally normal, right?
Yes, exactly. So we encountered that as he entered kindergarten, and we found books, but none of them looked like him. Oh. And so we made his own book.
Oh, I love that.
We were able to share it with his class and his peers, and he carried it in his backpack. And at that point, I knew he's going to be okay. He's going to do just great. He can tell his story, and he can educate others about his journey.
And a lot of this is kind of culminating to, the walk, and we're trying to get the word out there and get more support and resources for kids and adults alike who deal with alopecia. So tell us about the walk.
Yeah, so the walk will be in September, the last Saturday of September, because September is Alopecia Areata Awareness Month. It will be at CSUB September 27th from 9 a.m. to noon. and it's going to be held at Runner Park there on the campus.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, we have that information. Let's put that up on the screen one more time, Producer Zach. So make sure you reach out if maybe you need resources for yourself or your kiddos, and of course join the walk. Thank you so much. Little feel good for our Friday. I love it.
Thank you for having us.
All right, we're going to keep chatting. Go to more Studio 17 right after this.